Bertha is not working. We're not sure if it's we don't know.
Okay.
So I'm going live. We're live on mine.
Are you? Okay, I don't see.
So let's see if that. So Jessica's checking in as a participant.
Okay.
The question is, so I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I could try the Ethernet, although we think that's been part of the problem.
Yeah, I think.
Should I just Wi-Fi it?
I think.
And use my computer? And just. But do we still need somebody monitoring it?
I got your feed.
You got my feed? We certainly need Jessica to troubleshoot this morning while people get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and just to keep me calm and happy, which she's good at already.
Yeah.
Pretty
wonderful.
She reminds me of you, the calmness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll try this.
I think it would probably be good for Jessica to just be in here and she can work on her computer like Amanda this afternoon just to have someone in here. And, I'm just down the hall with my phone on, ready for any additional.
Okay. Yeah, I can sit in the corner or over here or something.
Oh, nobody cares. I mean, just don't need to go sit in the corner. Unless you would rather sit in the corner.
No, I didn't want to.
I don't think there's any reason. It's not that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's not too many, the chairs won't all be used.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There's only gonna be like 11 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty low-key group.
Yeah.
Someone here an outlet because my battery doesn't last
very long. Right, there's one right behind you.
Is there?
Although, you may want to.
I'm thinking we should grab my extension cord.
Do you want me to bring? I can go grab an extension cord. Did you want?
Oh, that's David's. He left in my car.
What I could do is bring an extension cord with a surge protector and just have it right in the middle, and then people could just plug in through the middle,
smart, huh?
and then we're only dealing with one cord.
Right.
How's that? I'll do that.
Should I just give up on Bertha then?
I think so.
And the Ethernet too?
Yeah. I just walk on by.
Okay. It's just. The stream looks okay. I mean, well, you can't tell really much yet.
Yeah, over here. Yeah. I mean, I saw you moving later your hand.
Oh, good. Really? Okay, so it wasn't real delay.
I haven't checked for volume. I'm not hearing anything. There's a chance I have it muted or something.
There's a chance I have it muted too. That's a good question.
I don't think mine is muted. No, it's not.
Okay.
So you might want to double check yours because I'm not hearing anything.
All right, system preferences.
I got it. Yeah. There's a delay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Forget where I was sitting yesterday.
You may sit here if you like, because Bertha's dead. Bertha's on my list.
Oh, this looks like mine.
That is yours. You left it in the car, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi, I'm David.
I'm Jessica. Nice to meet you. I'm the managing editor of Mark's New Journal.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't see it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We've been troubleshooting.
Oh, that's me. Nice to meet you.
Have we met?
I know Jessica.
Now, can you,
So Jessica's
give me
gonna
a
help
little
Some
tutorial?
of our Google
Right.
Hangout
Or are
organizations.
you setting up something else?
No, we're all set up. We are all set up.
Or Mark kept me talking there.
I'm shocked.
Hotel. All right.
Imagine.
But anyway, so I would like, and perhaps I can just get on myself anyway. Is that be true?
My guess is people are going to email you. And not, but
My guess
you
is
can
too.
field them to me. So.
Yeah, I'll just forward them to you. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna go get some water.
You are awesome. There are waters here too, sweetie.
I have my bottle.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, I have nothing new at the moment.
Nice to
That was
see you.
so interesting yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know Edward Taft? Are you familiar with the data visualization
Yeah.
expert? I attended one of his data workshops, and he opened with Boxview.
He did that.
Oh,
exact
really?
piece?
Oh,
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. And I got so excited because when you started talking about it, I thought, but it's the only place I've ever seen it. I've never
That's awesome.
seen it anywhere else. But it's just brilliant. I mean, it captures so much about why. I mean, for me, I'm a data
Yeah.
visualization fan,
Yeah.
and it just captures the power of that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When I first saw it, I went, oh my God. There's another guy, it's a new competitor of that. That guy has hundreds now. And
hundreds of those.
yeah, there's visualizations of various classical pieces.
Yeah.
His name's Smallin, Smalin, but
You like how we roll, sir?
If you just go to the
You like
box,
how we
and see
roll?
that-
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that, so healthy.
I'm sure he has 200.
No, like
It's
burning
funny,
out
it's
mid-morning
weird,
from
that was
high
the
sugar
season.
bran muffins, huh?
October.
Well, there's candy there if you need it.
I
But
think that
if you need the candy, there is candy there.
Yeah,
It's
there's
funny, I
nuts.
could
That's
swear it
gonna
was
be
it, but then again, I don't, you know, I'm
Yeah.
not a musician, but.
Well, it's funny. It's
Thank
still
you
my
very
favorite
much.
to show.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I'm going to go to a concert, I will often do if he's got it on it,
Oh, yeah.
because it really just gets the piece in your head in a
Could
way
you grab
that
my cord so I can plug into
That was the
it?
next thing I was gonna do.
Point it out and tell me.
I don't do well asking for help. Thank you.
I know. This is a particular.
She's getting my plug right now.
Oh, yeah, I need a plug, yeah.
If I didn't have that, I would have.
You wouldn't
no
be able to
idea.
hear it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
well, when I take a longer time with it, if you go to the fugue gets cool because it'll have it starts right away with a little theme. It's only 2 minutes. And that theme will appear 50 to 60 times. But what happens is
Yeah.
that you can't hear it. You're not even aware of it.
It is,
And
yeah, but
in
and
this,
the Wi-Fi
uses
probably doesn't help
coloration,
that.
So you see, and you see the
But
theme
what
in
else-
different voices, and you see it turn around and do all these things.
And it
and
looks
it's
fairly
just,
clear.
Yeah.
I showed it once to
Okay,
a friend
so
who's a musicologist who had played the piece hundreds of times, all that. And I said, I'd like to show you this visualization. He says, oh, I know the piece. And I said, well, this, I think, kind of really makes it
That was
clear
a
what's
great
going on. He
idea.
says, I know the piece. I teach it. And,
Yeah.
but his daughter was with us, and she was a teenager. She said, Dad, why don't you just look at it?
Yes.
So we put it up on their
Coffee
TV,
is in
and
the coffee room?
I hope so. I don't do
he
coffee,
just
sorry.
was riveted.
Yeah.
But we have
Even though
disposable
he knew
cups,
the
yeah.
piece.
Those are for
And
coffee.
then when it was over, he said,
Whatever
and he
makes you
watched the
happy.
whole thing, not just parts of it. And then he said, wow. He said, I never knew what Bach was doing in the middle section until now. After
Yeah.
teaching it, after playing it, everything, you know. And it just was so beautifully done.
It's such an unusual skill set to have the music
Right.
knowledge and the dance knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, what he's doing is so unique.
Yeah, he's he's experimenting all the time.
Yeah.
I'm on it, his, whatever it is, I get notified when there's a new one up.
I'm
And,
gonna have to look it up.
yeah.
And
Uh,
I'm gonna take this down.
yeah, just type
We only have one
on YouTube,
cord,
SMALIN
and I'm gonna clean up
is
the
probably the
cord.
quickest way, but,
Oh,
or if you
wow.
just put
So,
Fox,
you don't have to
let me
keep
just see.
I mean, I would be the one to walk over and trip.
It's like my
Yeah, me
most
too.
popular thing on YouTube. So I get it.
All right.
And you said he has a competitor now, so. what
Yeah,
else?
there's a new guy that's, it doesn't make the music quite so clear, but it uses visualization. It's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, if you just type
Are you gonna, The
SMALIN.
girl up on the screen?
As soon as he's done talking.
But
But
let's see, the new guy's name is,
okay, somebody else wants to participate. I'm gonna send
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
I don't know if you can invite people. I set it up fully public, so even guests should be able to invite other guests.
I'm wondering if I can just send them the link.
Well, he says that the link she has isn't working. So I'm gonna send it your way so that I can get Guru up on the screen and
oh, great.
And who's representing Guru? Oh, Guru, the platform up on the screen.
Oh,
So, David, in answer to your, the discussion we had this morning.
Yeah.
They are apparently not using something called dynamic, or maybe, I don't know. They're using something called California Alternate Assessment. I don't know if it's based on dynamic.
who's that? Remind me what the,
The Irvine Unified School District for kids with severe cognitive disabilities is using,
oh,
instead of using Smarter Balance, they're using something called
Yeah.
California Alternate Assessment.
Yeah.
But I don't know what.
I don't think that's dynamic learning.
Yeah, I don't either.
About the column.
Here's the, I'll show you. Just a couple minutes on music and then. So this is this was popular as far as I can think. But it has a different. It doesn't teach you the music as well, but it gives you. So this is.
Did you start with
Just Portuguese become popular too, so many different guys. That's the guy.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I thought. Okay.
Because you were able to get on as a guest.
Right, he's on, he sees the YouTube live, but he was asking me like, he thought that would be a somewhat.
Watch. The music is coming at you.
Okay, so
Slowly.
Tammy's saying that it's all just on, gonna be on the YouTube, my feed, there's not gonna be anything separate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's
I don't think so,
exactly.
not at this.
When you dive, when it gets more, you're going into the music. See, it creates a little landscape. It's better if it's dark. But you continue to see the music coming toward you, and it's just a different feel of it, and it gets really wild. Yes. I also like it. Yeah, and some of them.
You know, so you see Penelope around, did you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I imagine we have time to chat at lunch or something. Is that probably gonna happen? Yeah.
Oh, does it talk about this one for some reason? Maybe that's too cold.
There's this, the Spencer Big thing.
Made a career.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to. Cool. Right. So I was thinking of putting in mind learning how to do some coding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I guess you guys.
It's a 360 high and low standard. Yeah. Yeah, just as complete. So you can see if he does a big thing.
It's not so really not
I did not go there.
but just to have some, just have some people who can, yourself included, who could be like an advisory.
These chairs?
I never could figure it out.
That's just when people are usually
So yeah,
You know, some of them end up being high and some low, and there's got to be a way, but I don't know how.
right here you see the
some of our star people.
Okay, so there's Guru learning whatever.
Okay, no, I don't know.
yeah,
What
it's
is
coming.
happening?
It's coming, yeah.
It's a web-based interface to Python.
Really?
Yeah, that has a diary. So you see all the community.
Watch this coming. This will be great.
Is it that we protested an ASME teacher? That was all the everything.
It's that, in your job description, other duties as necessary.
Yeah, it's taken through it. You can use that one. So, yeah. Yeah, it's great. You just keep following. You keep diving into the music. You can sort of see it coming and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even just getting into that environment, that's probably been the biggest things are hit.
He's got an automated thing.
It's not showing the whole screen, Mark.
What?
Cool. All right. I got it. What's it called?
IPython.
Good morning. How are you?
So maybe
You're here.
yeah. So
Yes.
I didn't really think about it.
That's my entire day spent, back up for camera and reading.
What you see.
So someone who's got mid
So I.
career.
What you see is a structure of music. I see what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, yeah, we can talk.
so I think in a way it's a great, it's a nice, nice application.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you doing? Good.
write down.
Approaches to
I can show them on my laptop.
new approaches.
Well, there's the other stuff.
Maybe we can do some
establishing.
I'll just show them on my
Well, we know we want to
Better
show other
frequency.
people.
Oh.
Good morning.
I'll send
I'm
out Rose.
Oh, nice to meet you.
you.
I'm Penelope Collins.
Do you want me to get the report?
Yes, would you?
Yes. I will come back and finish this, but, okay, Penelope, you're going right now to warn people about the court.
One of the things.
Okay.
I'll bring it in a minute.
Okay.
So if that happens, you're gonna.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't, there's, no.
Let's see if I can find anything.
So,
You could possibly log on to Google Hangout on your computer.
That's true, yeah, you can log in.
right, and that's, so that's.
Yeah, I don't have these icons.
Direction.
Okay. So who am I sending it to?
Paul
Language development.
and Nancy and Sharon were the ones who were just emailing me.
Yeah. And then where you get that.
But like Mark said, you could just log in on mine if that's easier, and then I can do it.
Technology for a different purpose.
Sure. Although I don't know that it will let us now that it's live on here, and I'm scared to stop it since it's working.
Okay, okay. So I can just send you little G-chat
Oh, really?
things to let you know as that comes up.
It's sort of like multi-layer perceptron neural networks, except it's vertical layers. So you think of there's a categorization of letters, pairs of letters, and then words. Then you have another layer which abstracts over that, right? Maybe looks for parts of speech, and then you have a layer above that that tries to categorize sentences. So if you, whatever legwork you get done there will probably help inform if the latent classes found by this model correlate with real meaning.
Yeah.
Right? Real tag.
Let's get started.
Getting a nod here. Sorry.
So thank you all for coming. Looks like this is everybody's going to be here this morning. The other people that we're expecting today, Drew Bailey and Jackie Eccles are going to be joining about 11 o'clock. They're in a dissertation defense in the morning. And
They both in the same one? I didn't realize that.
they're
No.
both in the same one, yeah. We're kind of a small faculty.
20?
30. Right now, about 23. I think next year we'll have 25.
But some of us do twice the work of others, so.
Noted.
So we're really like 46.
How much half are you?
That's the lower half. I'm counting on
Wow.
carrying my load.
Tamara has done a huge job in preparing this meeting, and apparently this morning has been super stressed out because the Wi-Fi's been down and she's trying to get people on Google Hangout, and she brought all the food, and I asked her to get Girl online. So a big thank you to thanks.
Thank you, Lynn. And this is my able assistant, also my best friend in the entire world, Lynn Reimer, who's making sure that it all runs too.
The other person I'm hoping will come sometime today is Michelle Rodriguez. I think I mentioned yesterday, she's the assistant superintendent for teaching and learning in Santa Ana Unified, was the main person assigned to coordinate on this project. She's also kind of a consultant for Guru, was the main person in the district working on Guru. And since Guru couldn't send anybody, they were told that, well, Michelle will kind of keep us posted and fill us in and bring information about Guru, et cetera. So we're kind of lacking a representative of two of our main partners here. Michelle, I emailed Michelle yesterday to confirm whether she was coming, and she basically said, oh, I got impacted and I wasn't able to come yesterday, and I'll try to come for part of the day today. So I don't know if and when she comes.
Expanded mode instead of duplicate
Are people on Google Hangout right now, by the way? It'd be nice to know who they are.
We have 5 viewers.
Did I get this?
What?
Oh, so you want
No, not here.
No.
There should be some cast people, right?
They're all working on it, but I'm trying to see if I can see.
Anyway, hello to whoever's on Google Hangout.
They've also got a delay, just so you know.
A delay?
There's a delay in what they're like a minute behind us.
Really?
Really?
Okay, well.
Should we speak slowly?
I don't think we can speak that slowly.
Then we have to, I could commit to partner with someone, let's see, can we have somewhere to chat during, maybe on the dock? So, this is a message from Taya. I mean, can't you chat on Google Hangout itself?
But we're not alone.
Well, Jessica could tell us if there was something there.
I don't see anything on the video feed where
I don't
you
either.
chat.
Okay, we've got the Success for All people at Johns Hopkins on.
On your agenda, Taya started, there's a good chat on the agenda. That 3 people in there.
It's about 20 seconds based on when you looked at the screen. What is 20 seconds?
The delay.
The delay.
Oh, yeah.
Can you maybe start a,
You want a new document, or you want to just do it on the agenda? Everybody has the agenda link.
okay,
That's what I'd go with.
okay, so just send it, can you send a message to people on Google?
Yeah.
Jessica, can you
do.
email people and just send them that link? Because you've got the agenda, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Thank you.
So I'll just email everyone who replied yes.
Okay, okay, so I'll open up the agenda doc here. What's the name of this?
Cradle meetings, June 10th and 11th. It's your doc. And we got people coming in.
So we're just gonna chat at the top of this document?
There's a conversation on the side.
Oh, okay, at the bottom.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So with our $10 million grant, we're going to get a fully functional digital conference room, right?
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, now some people are doing it by comments and some people are doing it on the chat.
All right.
Should we chat on, maybe we should chat on the comments rather than the doc? Let's chat on the comments rather than the doc.
All right, so Skip from our place said that he's on Hangouts and can hear and see real time, but have no camera audio from his end.
Oh, so we can't see him is what he means,
Right.
but he can see us.
Yeah.
Okay, so does he have the document or do we need to send it to him?
I don't know
Because
that.
they can talk live. I think Jessica was trying to send them the document.
I just sent a link to the agenda to everyone for whom I had an email address. Who is this?
This is the
Skip
one of the cast
Stahl.
people. So
Oh,
He
Skip.
sent-
Oh, he was on the email.
Skip was on it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent him.
Okay.
Let's see. I didn't get it from you yet, Jessica. I'm on your list, right?
I don't know if I
You should
have-
already have it, but I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, I don't know that I have an email for you, because you were here in person.
Oh,
It's okay. I got it.
This is, what's the name of this
There you go.
document?
10-11.
Okay. So the organization of the agenda today was a little bit arbitrary, but it was based partly on the fact that Drew, who's kind of our main math person in the group, can't be here in the morning, so we decided to focus on reading. So I wanted to let's just get started.
Jessica, will you monitor the chats
Yes.
so that I can take notes? Thank you.
The let me call up the
so I've gotten little messages from both Lisa and Skip. Have those come to you, Jessica, too?
No. I don't see them on the document yet.
Yeah. So both Lisa and Skip are on Google Hangouts, but can't participate. They can watch.
Right, it only goes one way. They won't be able to talk to us.
Whoa.
Right, it's only showing them the feed.
Okay.
They'll have to use
The document to chat.
So how come we're using this? What's the upside?
of using Google Hangout.
Yeah.
We're using the one directional, right?
Yeah.
We didn't choose it to be one directional. I don't know why it's not doing multi-way.
I mean, I've never had that problem with Google Hangout before.
Hmm.
So, and the only person who's posting in the comments is Paul.
He just posted in the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
You are recording.
He's posting on the chat in the Google Doc, or are we posting in the chat on the Hangout? Tamara?
We were going to do the Google Doc, but I just found a group chat on the Hangout and added it on, so we have a choice.
Okay, well, it's better to do it in the Hangout.
Well, okay, but then.
But then they have
I'll
to
need
be-
to join the Hangout,
Yeah, I think you're better in the doc.
because I'm on the dock now, so I can see these chats. This is great.
Yeah, let's just do that and not confuse everybody because everybody's on it.
Well, the only person I've seen posting there is Paul.
No, in the side comments, we've got Taya,
On the Doc.
Penelope, yeah. Me, we've all been there.
Yeah, you're looking at comments. There should be a chat feed too. Here. Yes, that's where it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. It's working, except there's a hour delay. Or no, sorry.
Okay.
So I don't. You see everybody, but we still don't have the cast people.
Yeah, Paul is here. It says Lisa joined the chat.
Okay, Lisa's on.
Yeah, she hasn't. Skip is on.
Okay. All right, good.
Can we get the tech person if she's
Pardon me?
Can we get a tech?
Yes.
Get Brett back,
I will. Yeah.
or Brett?
Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right, good. So we're.
So we're according to the proposal, we're supposed to carry out one or more. Is it two or more? I think it might be two or more experimental studies and one or more measurement studies. And our idea was that we could start in a small number of pilot schools and do smaller studies based on perhaps A/B studies within the platforms to test out some things, and then maybe larger randomized control trials more broadly. I know that David had not had much of a chance to look at Guru yet, and I don't know if we feel like we have enough collective knowledge about Guru to go ahead and do the discussion, or whether we should stop and take a look at Guru at all.
I don't have much knowledge of what it's like to use Guru at all.
Can we just show you what?
Let's go ahead and do a
Little bit I know.
5-minute thing. Yes.
Mark, while she's doing that, can I maybe push back a little bit on just this opening structure? That the concern that you expressed and the reviewers did was sort of the two pieced out. I would like a discussion where we look at what is it underneath all this that we want to look at, for which reading and math are exemplars. If we start by talking about reading and then we do math, I think we'll be in the same place we were last year. So what are the big issues we want to go after, and why are we a center? And then we can say, what are we going to do with reading? What are we going to do with math? Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
By the way, is it
Sure.
right? Did you hear what I said?
So,
I mean, so something that comes to mind there is, well, the schedule modification approved.
yeah.
Is you know, kind of a little linking of data sources, right? So Marist College, I forgot the authors. They have a nice journal article in the first issue of the Journal of Learning Analytics, which is, I think, called the Open Analytics Initiative. They have some kind of cute acronyms, but the purpose of the paper is to show how at Marist they were able to combine the student information system with clickstream data from Blackboard, from Sakai, in order to do predictive analytics to detect who's at risk for dropping out. And their intervention was to deploy, I think, social work or some personnel like that, right? Consultants to the students to prevent them from dropping out. So that's kind of an example of what a lot of colleges are doing, but I don't see that so much in high school, right? And there's some added complications there. So one of the themes that you could see generalizing, not to other systems, right, to other districts, and David certainly knows about this, is how do you combine data from multiple sources, learning management systems, student information systems, and how do you do so when there is a lack of consistency of knowledge, even across a single district, right? So you can imagine one of the contributions would be, well, let's abstract out sort of a schema of what does it mean when we say clickstream data, and then what does it mean when we say student information system data, and for the incidents where we have both of these, what is the predictive benefit of combining the two, and when we're missing one, how far can we get with just one of those components, right? So we can kind of lay out, if you're not combining, this is what you're missing, and quantify that, and maybe, you know, put some effort into how far can we get to sort of impute the missing data, right, based on other sources of information, maybe finer grained sources if we have some fine grained sensor or use of a reading, a writing tutor. Can some of that clickstream data sort of fill in the blanks where they weren't able to join in with other systems? So that kind of formalization of the data types and what kind of power, what their value is, right? I think that's not out there. I don't feel like that's out there. And if we focused on one of the contributions being to formalize that, I think that would be something.
So I think that's an important piece. I want to take it a little bit more broadly, and some of you have seen like a kind of 2 or 3 page thought piece that I put together earlier. But what I'm suggesting for like the overall vision is the idea that, first of all, our schools are failing low-income, low-performing students. We have the biggest gaps in, among the biggest gaps between low-performing and high-performing students anywhere in the developed world. And our high-performing students aren't doing that great either, so which makes those gaps even more depressing. And that a lot of people for a long time have considered personalization kind of, you know, the holy grail of educational reform. If we just give kids what they need more accurately, better, tailored to their personal needs, we can address these problems. You know, they call on research that shows, you know, the value of individual tutoring as opposed to classroom teaching and things like that. And for a long time, there's been the question of, you know, can this be replicated in digital media? And a lot of people are trying to do that. But there's also a contradiction that a lot of the skills you need to take advantage of personalized learning, such as technology skills or literacy skills or autonomous learning ability, are in short supply among lower performing learners. So to me, that's kind of the raison d'etre of this grant, and at least which is what kind of research can we do on personalized learning platforms that would help shed light on research and development related to personalized learning for low-performing, low-income students, and that it would be focused around 3 big questions. One, which is a lot what you're talking about, which is learning analytics. How can we better make use of the data from digital learning platforms and other digital data, both for teachers and students through dashboards, recommender systems, etc., to better inform teaching and learning. A second is what kind of scaffolding can we build into digital learning environments? And these might include everything from, you know, metacognitive prompts to linguistic scaffolds to help help students, low-performing, low-income students succeed in these. And the third is really the kinds of, I don't know whether to label it, you know, instructional strategies or more cooperation and interaction, but it's more what kind of collective learning environment we can create to make personalized learning successful, because we know, as David and others mentioned yesterday, that individualized learning can be very demotivating and disengaging, and collaborative and collective learning is important both for motivation and engagement, but also for a lot of the skill development that's necessary, such as, you know, articulating the reasoning behind things, getting feedback from others, et cetera, et cetera. So what kind of, whether it's through computer-mediated interaction or through students doing personalized learning in cooperative groups, as the people in Johns Hopkins are experimenting with. The computer-mediated interaction is something more in the UDO system. It's kind of what kinds of instructional strategies that promote the kinds of group interaction that make. So that's kind of what I was thinking of the big picture, and then thinking about, okay, how can we look at that in both math and reading?
So for the
Now,
collaborative,
it's just one other thing, which is, that's a lot, you know? I mean, that's a $30 million project rather than a $10 million project, so I think that's one of the contradictions to deal with as well. Go ahead.
for the aspect of fostering collaboration, for our target population, which is, for lack of a better phrase, at risk, there's a lot of these emotional firewalls, right? So what might be a more conducive learning environment for collaboration becomes sort of 3 students awkwardly sitting in silence. How do we address that? Like kind of this subject treatment interaction of group work when it comes to this target population. You need some spark, right? Is it a game to sort of get them into a safe zone, right, where they are familiar with engaging with something and maybe engaging with something in an online, kind of collaborative environment? I mean, we need a spark there. I don't think we can just say we'll have them collaborate.
I think that will probably be pretty dependent on the age level and probably a bunch of other, because I mean, one of the, I would say argumentation would be a great, for middle school, but that's when I think middle school, but I think that's not going to be argumentation.
So we can run
It's
it
not
from
a great
Jessica's
engagement tool
instead.
for second graders.
Should we start out the other one on Jessica's
I
and
don't know.
then
I mean,
switch the
I
camera
think there's a
over?
lot of different answers to that, but
Then leave this up and running for now.
I guess that, to me, that's
Let's start up on yours for
contingent on the age
Then
that
we're
we're
gonna
going to target. Which at one point we had sort of come to build some ideas around, but I don't know if we're wanting to pick up on that or if we're starting really
I can give you the
with an
camera when
open
we're ready.
view to what age we might be looking at. Starting to what do you think?
About thinking about what age to work on? Yes, that's definitely a topic.
So, but I mean, do we want to pick up on our discussions from our last meeting, or do
So
we
should I
want to?
just do it from my Gmail?
I think we can pick up on them, but I don't think we should be assumed, I think we should be open to starting over.
We'll see if
I
I
mean,
can
I
do
don't think we should see it as decided, because, so we kind of talked about last time is maybe focusing on upper elementary grades, on 5th grade.
Yeah.
But I think we can reprise what the reasoning behind where that was, but also consider other alternatives.
You were asking if you could speak a little louder.
Yeah.
Let me mention one thing, another piece of information. Share some of the strategies that the people at Johns Hopkins are doing in terms of personalized instruction with mathematics that they're hoping to do with Guru, but they haven't done it yet. They're embedding personalized learning in cooperative groups. I forgot how many students, but X number of students for X number of weeks. I think it was 6 to 8 weeks, in which case, during that period, students are responsible for
That's all we want to.
is that working there too? This, my PowerPoint's not working.
Do you know what the light's not on?
It's not plugged in.
Okay.
Thank you.
So within those few weeks, students have can ask each other for help. At certain points in time, they're supposed to take breaks
That's how I
and
invite
explain
people.
to each other what they're finding. And then they also, even though they work
Yes.
individually,
Well, I
they
just
accumulate
drink here.
points as a team. So every Friday, the teacher says, the Sharks got 32 points on their work this week. Congratulations, Sharks. I mean, the people from Johns Hopkins could explain it in more detail. So that's one form of cooperative learning that they're using.
So, I mean, I think if we're to sort of merge this into the discussion of reading, it is critical that we really think about the age group, because a 5th grade classroom and reading means something completely different than a 1st grade, right? if we stick with 5th grade and we think about engagement, just to pick up on the conversation from last meeting also, we had talked about what it means to read information texts versus reading narrative texts. And that was sort of became a theme, I think.
Trying
And
to
I think
figure out
it's
what
worth putting on the
computers do it
table
on.
again. If you're envisioning that this is a platform or environment to support students' engagement, both socially, but also
Can
with
it?
informational
Okay, I
text,
can try.
I think argumentation is one of the ways to go about it. So, you know, sourcing information relative to, say, a problem in social sciences or sciences, maybe teams finding different
No, that's when it's
solutions or
already
different
going on.
resources, say, for or against whether there should be school uniforms in a school, or whether there could, if science, you know, if climate change is something that happens, or it's legal to rent a pet, or whatever. I mean, whatever those prompts, and then there's all kinds of resources that they have access to, and framing
But that's
different
when
ways
it's
that
already
they
going
can
on, right?
collaborate. Now, that being said, I completely agree with Zach that that's something that classrooms in America are famously bad at. So it's not, you know, whatever we do, we don't want to say, okay, you know, here's a high level multi-group process that the teacher needs to sort of start off with. We need to think about a gradual release of responsibility, where maybe the first step of it is to turn and talk with the resource and, you know, some kind of exploration, and then, you know, we could build it from there. But so, I mean, it's a very real, not just for these kids. I think it's, if anything, more true for kids at Uni High in Irvine, who are individualist, high-performing students, and maybe perform very poorly in group work. So,
Do you want to communicate?
you know, I don't think it's something that's particular to our profile, but it's definitely something to American schools that they don't have classroom discussion as a key feature of what's happening.
Yes, it was.
Two things on that.
Let's try to start the new one on that. Try to start a new Google Hangout on this one.
And two, I know when I was in AP, I was at the junior high, and we did it was in West Anaheim, rough area, and we used a Ready to Learn program that was all about kids in stressful situations. You know, they can't learn because they're focused on survival and so on. And that was geared towards, of course, junior high kids. So I don't know if they have for their grades or whatnot, but so much of what they did with those kids was discussing different things. And wouldn't it be so cool if some of the content of what they're reading kind of has some of those ready to learn elements that get kids in the framework for not being in that fight or flight stage and being open. I mean, I think that could be a really cool crossover of all the things we've talked about in the last 10 minutes.
Mark, I have a couple of I'm just, I'm feeling the people out there don't know who any of us are, and don't know why we started hearing them, and it just feels we need to kind of come as a group a little bit better. Can we do that? So if people are going to say something, at least, Jenny, can you tell people who you are?
Oh, sure.
Or Mark, and I'm not sure the people on the line are able.
By the way, I apologize to everybody that we were planning on having a much more collaborative Google Hangout system set up this morning, where people would be able to
it worked yesterday.
communicate two ways. Unfortunately, there were some technical problems with Google Hangout this morning. So Lisa Poller from CAST has offered to set up a WebEx that all of us and the people outside can participate in. And she's going to send that out to people. And that invitation should be, you know, if you're in the chat box on the Google Doc with the agenda, that invitation will be coming there shortly.
Thank you, Lisa.
While we're waiting for that to get set up, after that's set up, the people who are not in the room can introduce themselves. But while we're waiting for that to get set up, I think the people in the room can introduce themselves. I'm Mark Warschauer, Professor and Associate Dean of Education here, and have done a lot of work on digital learning for a long time. Zach?
Zach Pardos, faculty at UC Berkeley, working in educational data mining and specifically machine learning powered models of cognition.
I'm Jessica Ardo. I'm managing editor of AERI Open, and I'm just helping out today.
My name's Jenny Rankin. I'm helping out today. And my background's in education. I was a teacher, a school administrator, district administrator, and worked as Chief Education and Research Officer at Illuminate Education. And now I'm sort of in a transition period, been writing some books for educators out there.
Jenny has written a couple of books on how teachers make use of data to improve instruction.
I'm Josh Lawrence at UCI, and I look at children's reading development and vocabulary learning.
I'm Penelope Collins, also at UCI, and I look at reading development, language development for English learners and struggling readers.
And I'm David Rose from CAST, and look at some of the above.
And I'm Tamara Tate from UCI, and I look a lot at computer-based writing.
And two other people who are will be coming in a couple hours from UCI are Jackie Eccles, who's an expert in adolescent development and motivation and engagement, and Drew Bailey, who looks at the relationship between kind of cognitive processes and the learning of mathematics.
Do you want to introduce who's on?
Well, so for those of you who are not here, we're in the midst of setting up the WebEx, and I hope that will be set up soon. And after that is set up, then we can get introductions from the people who are not here. Hope that sounds okay. So,
for me, I would love us to sort of begin with what we see as the central problem rather than sort of the solutions yet. But just if we said this is a center and we wanted to have that opening paragraph, the problem we're trying to address is what I'm actually, given the constituency you have here and the ways, Zach, even you began. Well, I won't say it. Anyway, is that an okay way for us to, I'm feeling like we've got to get a coherent center and saying, this is the problem that we most want to address. And we're going to do a bunch of research studies that will help us address that. Feels like what we've got to do to get this coherent. And there's plenty of problems.
So it looks like the WebEx is started, and it looks like the WebEx is started, and they sent it out by email rather than chat, so I can forward this email to everybody in this room.
Great.
And then Jessica, will you take a quick look and make sure that everybody's,
Logging
well, just make sure that everybody's on got the email.
Will you put me on it, please, Mark? I wanna make sure.
Okay.
Because you've got the
let's see.
spreadsheet.
Jessica.
Because even this afternoon, people like Dee will need to, Jizu will need it.
Okay. All right, so
Zach, Jenny, Josh, Penelope, David, Rose. Okay, so I just emailed that information, the WebEx information, to everybody in this room. Do we have the emails of the people who are not in this room and a way to email it to
Jessica's
them?
got all this.
Jessica's going to email it to people who are not in this room. So hopefully we can all get into the WebEx in a couple of minutes.
I can see you on WebEx, Mark.
I can't see you, but. So